Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, LinkedIn. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. Go ahead and subscribe to this page so you can see all the upcoming Business Plugs Mixer. Hi, my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the Business Plug. And so tonight, I'm going to plug you into business operations, the back office of doing business. Before I get there, though, I want to share with you that on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, I am hosting a sales strategy to help small businesses learn how to increase your sales revenue. Now, this is a proven 7-step sales strategy that is designed to help you and your business get more sales revenue. We're going to go through the whole thing. So the event is called the 7 Steps Sales Strategy Explained. That's what we're talking about. So today I am honored. If you're wanting tickets to that, I've already put tickets to that in the chat. So go ahead and click, get your ticket. Go ahead, click, get your ticket. Come on back. And let's talk about business operations, because tonight I have the business operations guru in the house, and we're going to talk about your processes and procedures and how she can help you get your business operations in line. Hey, Christine.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I am doing wonderful. So, Christine, please introduce yourself to our listeners.
Hi, I'm Christine Wade, Operations Strategist, Business Manager. Christine Wade and Company is the name of my business, and I love all things operations, strategy, systems, processes, all that fun stuff.
all that deep and deep dive stuff, right? That's the part. I deal with a lot of startups. So the businesses that I service are people who had an idea and say, I'm going to start a business. And that is probably the bulk of their business education. For the most part, they just had an idea and said, hey, I got an idea. I'm going to open a business. And so learn, of course, you already know that is more to it than that. I mean, that's a great start, but it's more to it than that. And because there are processes and procedures in that back office. Yeah, in that back office. And so tell them what Christine Wade and Company does for businesses that have the idea, but not necessarily the strategies for back office.
Yeah, so I usually actually work with businesses that are a little tiny bit farther along, but not too much along. People who have been just doing it themselves and struggling through it just to get it done.
Yeah.
Rather than getting to the point where they want to start bringing on help and, getting everything into place so that they can outsource it or, bring on an employee, however that goes for their business. So basically I would come in and we'd have a meeting. They'd tell me, what their major pains are, what they're really good at, what really generates the income for them. So we know what we can take them out of, what we can, assign to other people. And we just go through and spend a significant chunk of time to get everything that they do documented and put down in writing somewhere so that whoever comes in can just take it and run with it, and they don't have to be bogged down in their own business.
Absolutely. And you know what? I love this because what you said, all it was like the bells were going off, because I'm a business strategist. So I look at the whole business in the beginning. So LSMB Business Solutions, we help them get started. Right. So we go from the idea to year 5. Okay. By the time we're through with them, we're ready to hand them off to someone like you who can help them up level from where they are. Because by the time they get to year 5, they already know what they're going to do. They already have their technical part of their business in place. And so they need somebody like you to come on and to look at what they have in place and then help them to fine tune it. Because a lot of new businesses just created another job for themselves.
Yes.
And I like when you said, yeah, well, we just take them, We just take them out of their business. I'm like, yeah, because that's the thing. If you're going to build a business, like if you're building a business just so you can have another job, that's one thing. But if you're building a business so that you can create legacies, so that you can create generational wealth or wealth, period, then you're going to have to figure out a way to pull you out of the business so you can help grow it while the business operates without you.
Exactly.
I love that. I absolutely love that. That's a whole different way of thinking
Yeah.
about business ownership. And the majority of the business owners that I talk to, they're just creating another job.
Mhm.
Like they went from working for somebody else to working for themselves, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. But then eventually you want to let that business operate by yourself. I had COVID in September, and for 15 days I was unconscious, like unconscious.
Oh my
I actually had to be resuscitated and put on the ventilator, and then 15 days in a coma.
goodness.
My business, due to automation, was still able to just chug along without me, because that's what we should be trying to get to
Yes.
as business owners. Is I was so never more appreciative that my business was automated than then. Like never more appreciative.
Definitely.
So you think about that, and you think about, if your business only relies on you, when you stop working, it stop working.
Yes.
And that's not a good place.
No.
Because the mailman still runs.
Right? You still want me to pay my bills?
Yeah, yeah. If we could get the mailman to kind of cool off while we're down, we'd be good. But no, he just, they have that motto about rain, sleet, or snow. They still delivering the mail. So us being incapacitated has no bearings on whether we're going to get billed for those bills or not. And so with that, this is what you teach them, how to put processes and automation
Mhm.
in their businesses so that they're able to work on growing their business instead of working in their businesses.
Yes, I'm all about automation and building in efficiencies, but still keeping the humanity in the business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that. I like that because for a while there, everything was press three. If you want English, press, everything was,
Nine if you want English.
and we're in America and we can't find an English speaking system to help us get through it. But yeah, so for a while that's all you got. I mean, there were no people talking to anybody, and so customers missed the humanity piece of business, the one on one, the somebody that's compassionate and has feeling. And I'm not the number, I'm actually a human, and I have human needs. I make human mistakes, and so I need another human to walk me through it.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
And
So tell me what does that look like?
so it's not just the overall humanity, that's a huge portion of it, but also keeping the entrepreneur's voice
Mm,
in the company rather than just
that's
letting
important.
a marketing company take and write your content or your website or your blogs, any of that. It still has to have that person's voice because it's that person's vision, it's that person's dream, it's their heart. So definitely the humanity, customer service, all that, but also very, very important to keep the entrepreneur's voice.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's important because you never want your business to be foreign to you.
No.
It's your baby. It's like your kids, right?
Yeah.
It's like your kids become foreigners because you no longer recognize your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because your business, most business owners say, "Oh, that's my baby." The business idea, that's my baby.
Yeah.
And so they treat it just like their children, right? They nurture it, build it up, can't see the wrong in it. you know, just like our kids. But the thing about it is, if you want to up level, like at some point, when the first 5 years, for the most part, you are building the strong foundation under your business so that it can sustain your growth, it can sustain your success.
Right.
And so what we do is we comb through their idea and try to put legs
Mm-hmm.
under their idea. But then once we get the legs there, then it's time for them to start understanding how to scale.
Right.
And that's where you come in, because you will take what they have already and then you will show them how to fine tune it and automate it.
Yes.
Yeah. So they call you and you all have a lengthy discussion about vetting their business, going through their business, and combing through their processes and procedures. I heard you say you document those SOPs. That is because most business owners don't have that. They
No.
don't know if they get hit by a bus, God forbid, but that idea that they had in their head is gone.
Yes. Most
Or
business.
they have a severe case of COVID. Because in my case, I didn't get hit by a bus, but COVID hit me with a wang, and
Yeah.
so for a few days I couldn't talk, couldn't remember. Like the brain fall of COVID is real. That's a real thing. And so, with that being said, I there were days I was not functional. And imagine you have built up this wonderful business and then you're no longer functional.
Yeah.
That is horrific within itself. That is not
Very.
good, not good, not good, not good. And I know some of you are going to catch this on the replay. So today is Super Bowl 56. So I know a lot of times we'll have viewers that'll comment and say things, let us know they're here. And today we probably won't because everybody's glued to the TV for Super Bowl. But
Well,
after Super Bowl, I know you're going to watch this. And I'm for the Bengals. And I know they're playing the Rams. So for all you Rams fans, hey, from all you Bengals fans, hey, we don't know what the outcome is going to be, but we know it's going to be a good game. And the halftime is going to be phenomenal. So let me put that in there, so that would explain why there are no comments. Usually we have people saying, hey, we're here. But if you are watching and if you would agree to allow StreamYard to put your name up there, go ahead and put your name up there so we can see who's on here with us. And ask any questions. This is about operations. So ask any questions about the back office of your business. Like a lot of you probably don't even know that's what that's called, but the processes and procedures that it takes in order to make your products and services, in order for you to get paid, the biggest part, for you to get paid, all of those are considered back office functions. And so what Christine does is help you to fine tune those strategies, to help you document those procedures so that if something should happen, or if you want to bring on new partners, new employees, then there's a process in place for them to follow so that you don't spend all of your time trying to teach a person about your business. You actually have materials and literature they can read.
yeah.
And so this is what that is about. It's about building your business operations piece. And very, very, very important, because we don't do that as business owners. Small business owners, that's the part of us that's missing, but it's the most valuable part because it's the part that gets all your new employees trained.
Mhm.
Do you help them like build out training for their new employees or partners?
Yeah, I'll help them get it all into like an organized system. Every business uses a different system for project management, tracking, whatever. So it could be as simple as a Google spreadsheet all the way up to, Asana, ClickUp, whatever. So whatever system they're most comfortable with is the one we roll it out in.
I love it. I
Um,
love it.
yeah, so it's funny because you were talking about your sales training you're doing Tuesday for the 7 steps.
Yeah,
Well, I have a 7-step operations thing that
I
takes
love it.
7 phases of your business, your accounting, your sales, your marketing, your admin, your talent, all of it, your management. And so every single place of that has to have their own operations, systems, strategies. So it is back office, you're right. But when people hear back office, sometimes they think, just like in the medical office, back office, whereas it's totally like every aspect of your business has to have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Because you think about customer touch points and you think about everywhere that your customer touches your business, that should be recorded. That should be
Exactly.
an experience. and so building that out to think about like the customer journey through your business and the customer experience. So you teach them how to make those experiences, right? Those touch points. And so that's the thing is because we don't think about most new business owners don't think about the fact that every time my customer touches my business, what does that? I know that didn't sound right. That was not what I was going for. But every time my customer touches my business, what does that interaction look like? Like, what does that look like to them as far as customer satisfaction? What does it look like to them as far as getting results and resolution? In the case the process didn't work the way we intended it to, how can we get that relationship back on track?
Perfect. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And so, how did you get to do this? Like, why is this the business that Christine does?
Um, I come from a corporate world, like most of us did at some point. I was an operations manager, general manager, COO for manufacturing, distribution, real estate. I mean, so many different types of industries that I got such a wide range of operations experience. And so I kind of just take everything that worked
Absolutely.
and kind of help my clients now go forward in a way that really does function better.
Yeah.
Uh, it's all about increasing efficiencies, which in the end, the more efficient you are, the more profits you're going to make.
And that's it. It's the simple math, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 + 1 = 2. And so understanding that you may know, and I have yet to find one that didn't know, but you as a business owner, you may know everything you need to know about your service, everything that you need to know about your product, but getting it to the marketplace, positioning it in the market space, just understanding how you can take your business and up level it so that it runs out. Like, how wonderful would it be for your business to operate without you, and you can pursue those things that business ownership brings to business owners. How wonderful that is. So I come like you, I come from a manufacturing background. One of my first jobs, in fact, was working as a hand assembler. So I worked on the front line. Yeah. And then I went to welding milk crates. So I brought that experience too. So, like you, my business is built off of my experiences as well. I've worked anywhere from being a short order cook to being a manager in a corporation, and everything in between, waitressing and maids and all the other stuff. But I find that our previous work history for other people is the thing that boot boot camps us into owning these businesses where we know exactly what we're doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's no difference with any other business owner.
Yeah.
Exactly. Whatever whatever it is that you've been doing that you know how to do well, learning how to monetize that idea. And then from monetizing that idea, putting structure around it so that it pretty much automates itself is like, that's the dream train. That's the dream team there.
Yeah.
It's understanding that. And so if you're listening, you're welcome to ask your questions to let us know you're here. Or if you're not listening now and you're stuck in front of the Super Bowl, then you can put your question on and we'll come back later and we'll make sure that your questions get answered. But yeah, so Tuesday night, I'm teaching people about the sales aspect, right? The sales strategy, because most businesses know how to sell something, but there's a strategy to selling more. What happens when they're not coming? I always say that build it and they will come only works in that movie with Kevin Costner. It works in that movie, but it doesn't work in entrepreneurship.
No.
Not as well as we wish it would. So yeah, so what part of the country are you in, Christine?
I've spent my adult life in Southern California, San Diego County.
Okay.
3 years ago, we moved to Montana and bought land, and then just last fall, I moved back home to Vermont to be near my parents and bought here. So we're building out this spring.
Okay. So you got that, but that's three different That's three different types of cultures.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, so California to Montana, that is definitely a different culture. And
It,
then from Montana to Vermont, that's another different culture.
it
So
is.
yeah, so you bring the three of those different cultures. I love that because it gives your customers a wider berth of knowledge of what you know to bring into their business, to infuse their businesses.
Yeah. I am very blessed to have had the business experience from living in California that I did. I worked for some nicely sized companies, and got to learn everything from the ground up and then help them grow. But it's really nice that I had that experience in order to grow my business so that I could take off and travel and go to parts maybe lesser known.
Yeah, it's a lesson now. We know about the horses in Montana.
We all know Yellowstone, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And then in Vermont, isn't that where the president's heads are? Is
No,
that in Vermont?
Rushmore, that's South Dakota, I believe.
Oh, is it South Dakota? See, you
Yeah,
can
so
tell I am.
it's like Hallmark movies, maple syrup, foot,
Yeah.
fall.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Honey, you can tell geographically challenged because I don't know. I don't know what. Oh, you know what? Because it's on Mount Vernon.
Yeah, Vermont, gotcha.
Not from. That's all, girl. This is COVID brain, so everything, you know.
You made a great tie-in with it because Vermont is Green Mountain, so
Yes.
you made a great tie-in.
Yeah. So this is COVID brain, and it comes up with its own things at times. But yes, so tell our listeners what one thing, or no, tell our listeners or talk to the people the two things that a person looking for you will find. So if ideally, who is your ideal customer?
My ideal customer is someone who has been in business for at least 2 years. And by in business for at least 2 years, I mean consistently selling their stuff for at least 2 years so that they have processes. They may not know they have processes, but they really do. They
Yeah,
just aren't documented.
right.
So that person, in order to be able to, go through an audit and assessment and everything and go through this kind of thing, they need to have the income. So they are usually a high 5 to 6 and beyond figures, at least at this point. And, they're just really somebody who cares about their business and they're kind of either overwhelmed with it at this point, but the core thing that they do, they still love,
Hmm.
overwhelmed with it and they don't exactly know how to keep growing and keep
Yeah.
that feeling for their business going. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's the thing. So their pain points are they're hitting the wall.
yeah,
Like they have the income, they're at a plateau of things and they're ready to break through that plateau and go to the next level.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And so contacting you, your information is in the description of this video so they can actually, contact you directly or email you, and then taking that information, making that connection is going to help them sleep well at night. You're selling peace of mind, lady. You're allowing people to have good night sleeps because they figure like right now they're like, I can't get this figured out. And that's the thing for small business is like, once I learned that Oprah had 6 coaches, I know, right? Once I learned that she had 6 coaches, I was like, oh, wait a minute. If she had 6, I need at least 6.
And more.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But once I learned that she had 6 coaches, it freed me up to ask for help.
Yes.
Because if somebody on her level needs help, baby.
Right? Everybody needs help. It's just
Everybody needs help. And that's
rare.
the thing. Taking your business or lose. A lot of us think we want one business coach, right? And that's that friend who's been in business forever, who is more like a mentor than a coach. but we use them as a coach. And so we go to them, we go to them, we go to them, and we try the things they tell us. And while it may have worked for them, it's not working for us. And so we're like, I need some additional help, but I don't know where to look for help. And so what I tell people about, her having 6 coaches, she had a revenue coach, she had a marketing coach, she has a life coach, she had somebody to help her with structure. She had somebody, to help her with formations of the business and things, and a legal advice. She had somebody on her team that was giving her legal advice. Like, you need all these different people, social media presence. Like, there are so many coaches we need when we first start in a business. There are so many coaches we need. And the thing, and I just posted this today because a lot of people come to me. I do business plans and grant proposals. And a lot of them get sticker shock because they never paid that amount of money at one time. They'd be like, whoa, that's a lot of money. But what they don't look at, and as a business owner, I'm trying to get business owners to think like business owners, because business owners do what business owners do. I'm trying to get them to think about return on the investment.
Exactly.
The return on, if I spend this amount of money, how much is it going to bring me? And I had a business plan client that got $100,000. And so when you look in perspective of what he got for less than
And
3%,
how much it costs to get there. Yes.
less than 3%, he got $100,000.
Yes.
Like, when you look at that in perspective, then you understand the return on the investment. And
Definitely.
that's the thing that small business owners, we look at what we make per hour, because that's our experience. And that's a valid point. However, when you're thinking like an entrepreneur and you're thinking like an employer versus an employee, you have to know that you have to invest.
Definitely.
Like, to get your service is an investment.
Yes.
And the thing about it is, if they can automate their system, that brings them out of it to do something else while the system is still running.
Systems running, their people are running, everything is going much more smoothly. Obviously, you're always needed,
Right.
but it's a much lesser drain on you as the entrepreneur. So you get to do what you love.
Exactly. Exactly. And what about getting to do what you love? The part of your business that draws you to being in business.
Exactly. Yes.
And while the business take care of itself.
Yes.
All that back office yucky stuff.
That's my bad. I got the yucky stuff.
Yeah, because it's necessary, right? Even though we don't like doing it, like, even though it may be a task on us to do it, it needs to be done. We need to have systems in place. We need to have automation in place. We need to have procedures and processes in place in order for us to be efficient, so that we're not leaving money on the table. Because if we don't have efficiencies, and I put, going lean in 2020 as a part of this video, because we may be burning more resources than we need to.
Definitely.
If we're all over the place, there may be a better way to streamline those things that we are doing, so that we become more efficient, and so that we're able to keep more money, not just get more money, but also get more money and then keep it. So it's necessary. I am so glad. Thank you for your yes, for coming on and teaching us about operations. Yeah. So are there pillars of operations, or how is it broken up?
I have it set up into the 7 systems, like I told you, and each one has its own little life. They all kind of connect, but they're also all kind of independent. Sales departments, marketing. They all kind of operate autonomously until they need to come together. So
Right.
here in the circle, you got your management. So they're connected, yes, but they're a little bit on their own out here. But they form. I do a honeycomb. You know how a honeycomb has 7?
Yeah.
So that is my thing. So I have a graphic of it somewhere. So management, high management is in the middle, and all these other things kind of circle around it, like the little queen bee in the honeycomb.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it because I can visualize that, right? I can visualize the center being the management, and then each of the different departments in a
Mhm.
business. Like you have a planning department, you have an HR department, you have accounting, and you have where the actual work is done in operations. Like
Operation.
you have all of those different departments around the management piece, which is the honeycomb. That's pretty cute. I like that. I like that. I like that. But yeah, so now that we are closing, tell me one thing that you would like to leave with our audience.
Mm. I would like to leave with do what you do best, outsource or push off the rest. And I'm here to help. So if anybody wants to reach out, do it through this event, or you can email me. The info is here. And I actually have an assessment that I am doing, a business optimizer assessment that I will grant them access to for free within the next week. It's little final touches right now, but it's almost ready. So I would love to share that with them.
Absolutely. So if you would like access to that assessment so you can see if your business measures up. That's the thing. Like in this time, it's time to run efficiently. So what can you do to look at your business and get your business to measure up so that you're operating efficiently? Like that's you're saving money if you can operate efficiently, if you can get all your bells and whistles in place where your business is operating smoothly, then you're able to save money and time on being efficient. And that should be a plus, a win right there by itself. So yeah, so my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And today I am plugging you in to business operations for your small business. Be sure to tune into us every week here at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll talk about business topics for business people. And with that, Christine, if you're whole, I'll go ahead and close us out. Everyone, you have a good evening and put your comments and questions in the chat when you see the video. And go Bengals. Have a great one.